piece of input. Well, the former United States President Donald Trump has been indicted in the federal court in connection with his retention of classified government documents at his Florida home after leaving the White House. Now, Trump has been charged with 7 counts in the indictment. Now, at least one of the charges against Trump will be a conspiracy charge. Now, the former president wrote on Truth Social that he had been informed by the Justice Department that he was indicted and he was summoned to appear at the federal courthouse in Miami on Tuesday at 3 p.m. Now, this is the second time in recent months that Trump has been criminally charged. He remains under criminal investigation by the Department of Justice and a Georgia state prosecutor for his efforts to reverse his loss to President Joe Biden in the 2020 election.
Unfortunately, that position is no longer valid because they've done such a poor job. But we're in a position where we're going to make America great again. I'm innocent, and we will prove that very, very soundly and hopefully very quickly. Thank you very much.
Well, joining us on the broadcast is my colleague Siddhant. Hello, Siddhant. What more details do we have, and what is the stance of the current government on this issue?
Well, that's right. So this is for the second time that Donald Trump has been charged. And in fact, a few months back, he was charged for his alleged relationship with a porn star and for paying money to the lawyer to get the files cleared related to her relationship with the porn star. This time around, this is perhaps the second case where Donald Trump has been charged and he has to appear before the court in Miami. Now, Donald Trump has to say that this is nothing but a biggest witch hunt ever took place in the history of America, and he also calls Biden administration corrupt and blames them for coming after him. And he also makes this accusation that since he's again running for the office, this is nothing but an interference with the election process in United States of America. So these are the accusations that Donald Trump has made in a video that has been released by him post this particular development that he has been charged, and now again he has to appear before the courts in the United States of America in a separate matter. So there were in fact 4 pending investigations against Donald Trump, and this was very much expected. And in fact, Mr. Trump was also aware about this, that he's going to get charged in 4 of these cases. Since this development has again taken place. So Donald Trump and in fact the whole of his team working on elections have reacted strongly to this particular development.
All right, Siddhant, what are the next steps that the Donald Trump's team is likely to take in the charges leveled against him?
Well, he is going to get criminally charged, and then he would be able to procure some sort of a relief from the court. But what makes this entire development interesting is that he is perhaps the first former president of the United States to get criminally charged. And this is perhaps the second case where he's going to meet the same fate. So it somewhere bring down the reputation of Donald Trump, and that's why Trump is saying that since he's running for the office and Biden knows that he is not popular, so all these tricks are being played to stop him. So that is the main accusation that Donald Trump is making. And also in America, the law cannot stop somebody to contest the election even if he gets convicted. So, that makes Donald Trump, this particular law gives confidence to Donald Trump to contest the election to run for the office.
All right. Thank you so much, Siddhant, for all the inputs. Now we're moving on to some inputs or statements by the current President, Joe Biden.
Where's the money? I'm joking.
Mr. President,
It's a bunch of malarkey.
Mr. President, what do you say to Americans to convince them that they should trust the independence and fairness of the Justice Department when your predecessor, Donald Trump, repeatedly attacks it?
Because you notice, I have never once, not one single time, suggest to the Justice Department what they should do or not do, or else bringing a charge or not bringing a charge. I'm honest.
Well, the Trump has been charged with 7 counts in the indictment, and at least one of the charges against Trump will be a conspiracy charge. However, Donald Trump has refuted all the charges, saying that I am an innocent man. Now, it'll be seen whether the former president, who wrote on the Truth Social that he had been informed by the Justice Department, he was indicted and will be summoned to appear before the federal courthouse. Now, Siddhant Mishra is back with us on the broadcast. Siddhant, could you help or explain or describe for our viewers the 7 charges that have been leveled against Donald Trump?
Well, this particular case is with regards to this is perhaps the federal probe. This is what we've been told. And this particular case is with regards to the handling of the classified documents after leaving the office. And this is what the news agencies in the United States have been reporting. So the previous one was the criminal investigation, because during the run-up to the 2016 presidential election, Donald Trump did pay his lawyer in the form of legal consultancy, but that particular money was used to silence the porn star with whom Donald Trump had alleged relationship in 2005 and 6. So that particular was a criminal case, and he was criminally charged in the courts in Manhattan. But this particular one is regarding the classified documents, which Trump has played around with, and handling of it, particularly after leaving his office. So he has to appear before the courts now in Miami. This is what we have been told, and in fact, there is again going to be the legal proceedings that are going to take place on Donald Trump. And this is perhaps the second time that he's going to get charged. So obviously, Trump is calling it a witch hunt. Trump is saying that this has never happened before, ever in the history of the United States of America. And he also blames Biden administration that to cover up their failure, to cover up, the corruption that they are doing, they are fixing Donald Trump. This is the accusation that Trump has been making from the day one. Point number one. Point number two is that Trump also has to say that since he's running for the office, they want to damage his campaign. And this is why this all is being done. And since Trump also believes that he's a promising candidate, so that perhaps makes President Biden uncomfortable. And as he has also announced his candidature for the next presidential election. So it's going to be very interesting.
Siddhant, I'll have to cut you cross. Now, here's a report with us for more details. Let's take a look at that first.
Former U.S. President Donald Trump has been named a target of an investigation into his handling of classified materials, and his lawyers were notified by federal prosecutors on Monday, a person familiar with the matter told Reuters. The notification does not necessarily mean Trump will be charged. People are alerted so that they have a chance to present their own evidence before a grand jury. The news of the notification surfaced 2 days after Trump's legal team met with Justice Department officials to discuss the case. The lawyers could not be reached for comment, and the Trump campaign did not respond to a request to comment. Last August, around 13,000 documents were seized from Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate in Florida.